Hello, good afternoon and go Cougs. My name is Ajme Diaz. I am the president of the College of Arts Sciences Student Ambassadors. I'd like to welcome you to the 2020 College of Arts and Sciences Week of Welcome Kickoff. We have a great program prepared for you today. You will meet some fantastic people and learn about important campus programs and meaningful engagement opportunities that will prepare you for personal, academic, and professional success. Following this short welcome session and of course the fight song, we'll open up breakout Zoom sessions where you can learn more about each of the topics presented. One housekeeping reminder, if you have not yet completed the interest registration form, please do so after the event. The link will be posted in the chat box and everyone who completes the registration will be eligible to win raffle prizes, so that's fun. Make sure you guys do that. The drawing will take place after the event and we'll email winners early next week. To start us off today, I'm pleased to introduce Dr. Matthew Jockers, Dean of the College of Arts and Sciences.
Well, thank you, Ajme. Hello, everyone. I hope you like my Coug virtual background back here. Welcome to WSU and welcome to the College of Arts and Sciences and welcome to the beginning of what I promise is going to be an exciting and memorable 4 years. And not just because of the strange circumstances that we find ourselves in with COVID, but more about that in a minute. So my name is Matthew Jockers and I'm the Dean of the College of Arts and Sciences. And if you're at all like me, when I started my university education, you have no idea what a College of Arts and Sciences is or what that means. I certainly didn't know as an English major that I was actually part of something much bigger. Our university, like many others, is made up of colleges. There's the College of Engineering, the College of Business, the College of Medicine, and many more. The College of Arts and Sciences happens to be the biggest and the most diverse of our colleges at WSU. And many people will tell you that the College of Arts and Sciences is the beating heart of the university. And I think there's a lot of truth in that observation. A College of Arts and Sciences is a diverse organization that includes chemistry and psychology and art and music, and 20 other schools and departments and degree programs that span every aspect of human knowledge and human understanding. We do a lot here, and you will do a lot here as well. The College of Arts and Sciences is a special place. I happen to think it's the best place to get an undergraduate education, but of course I'm the dean of this college, and so I might have a slight bias. But after a few months here, or even a few weeks with us, I think you'll probably agree that this college is pretty special. Nowhere else can you be exposed to such a diversity of thought. As the poet Walt Whitman might have said, we are vast, we contain multitudes. We are also the college of big thinking and big thinkers. Other colleges engage in what we call applied or vocational disciplines. If you want to be a civil engineer, you go over to our engineering college and you work your way through a carefully crafted program of study such that when you walk out the door 4 years later, you are ready for a job in civil engineering. Here in this college, we do things a bit differently. We don't prepare you for one specific career or one specific type of job. We prepare you to take on the world and pursue an infinite set of possible paths. As a student in this college, you will have a major, but you will also have an experience that intersects with an incredibly diverse range of disciplines, of professors, of staff, and students. You can't get that kind of experience just anywhere. And I want you to take advantage of this opportunity to learn and to explore and to really expand your mind. 2 years ago, I sent my own son off to a university. And like you, he is a student in a College of Arts and Sciences. Smart kid. He is double majoring in political science and psychology. And when I said goodbye to him at the airport in Spokane, I offered him a few words of advice. I told him, be curious. And I told him not to hesitate when it comes to crossing into unfamiliar territory. During his second semester, he took my advice and he enrolled in a philosophy class, and that course turned out to be his favorite class of the year. When he was home visiting, it was amazing how many times material from that course found its way into our discussions about politics, about family, education, and even fly fishing. Well, this year my son's a junior and he's still majoring in political science and psychology, but he's now added a minor in philosophy. So I want to offer you the same advice today that I gave my son 2 years ago. Let curiosity be your guide. Seek knowledge in the usual places, but also in the unfamiliar places. That art course that you take as a physics major might just end up being the doorway to an entirely new way of seeing the world. And nothing that you do over the next few years at WSU is ever going to be irrelevant. It's all going to build and form a foundation for your future. And if you're curious and if you're really open and excited about learning, then you have found a home here. Arts and Sciences is the place for you. I am thrilled that you're joining us at WSU, and so are all the faculty and staff in this college and all the faculty and staff across our whole WSU system. We have spent the summer getting ready to meet you, and despite all this pandemic business, we are pretty darn excited to get to know you and get things rolling. I want to thank all of those faculty and staff who are online with us today, and also all the others in this college who are right now polishing off their syllabi and getting ready for the first day of class. I'm sure that the last 6 months have been crazy for you, and I'm pretty confident that this online week of welcome event is not what you were expecting and not what you were looking forward to when you decided to become a Coug. And I'm sure you are wondering what this online semester is going to be like. Well, the truth is that none of us knows exactly how things are going to shake out. But I want to share something with you. Even under normal circumstances, this start of the new semester is a time of great uncertainty and anxiety and excitement. Under normal circumstances, we don't know how things are really going to shake out because learning is not static. The world is not static. Something special about this college is that we are highly adaptable. In fact, a good deal of what you learn as a student in this college is about how to tackle unfamiliar problems and unfamiliar circumstances. In this college, we are ideally equipped for whatever life throws at us. When necessary, we don't just think outside of the box, we transcend the box entirely. Box? What box? We don't need a box. As far as this whole online experience goes, my advice is to buckle your seatbelt and get ready to ride. The roads we travel this fall are going to be a bit bumpier than those that we traveled in years past, but our faculty know where they're going, and they've spent the summer installing the shock absorbers and the leaf springs and getting ready for this trip. You are in good hands, and your courses are going to be great. Having said that, if you are at all apprehensive about your classes, reach out to your instructors. We've got awesome faculty at WSU, and I know our faculty are excited to meet you and to get to work. So don't be afraid to reach out to them, talk to them, ask them questions, visit them in their virtual office hours. So once again, welcome to WSU. Congratulations on selecting the best college, the College of Arts and Sciences, to pursue your higher education. And now it's my real pleasure to introduce my good friend and colleague, Dr. Sam Swindell. She is our Associate Dean for Undergraduate Studies. Sam, the floor is yours.
Thank you so much, Dean Jockers, and welcome students. I am just so excited to be with you today. I definitely want to second the Dean's congratulations on choosing the very best college at WSU. The College of Arts and Sciences is large, we are diverse, and we are made up of what I believe to be the very best staff, faculty, students, and dean at the university. And it's for all of those reasons together that I have complete confidence that we are a place that can help you thrive over the coming years, both as a student and as a person. I'd also like to congratulate you for a second reason. And quite honestly, that's for just being here at all. Over the past few months, the world may have given you a number of reasons to consider delaying your education, but you didn't. Instead, you leaned into adversity and you embraced your future. And I think in doing that, it says a lot about who you are and what you're made of. And that makes me just particularly excited to welcome you to WSU and into the College of Arts and Science community. I think you're exactly who we're looking for. So let's talk about your future. If you would, I would ask you just for a minute to close your eyes and jump into the future. I want you to think about yourself at the end of your undergraduate career, having earned your WSU degree and poised to step into your post-graduation life. Who are you at that moment? What knowledge do you have? What skills? What experiences would you like to be able to say you've accomplished? Reiterating much of what Dean Jockers has already said, but in my own spin, I think that there are 3 things that I would encourage you to do while you are with us to grow into that person, whoever it is that you imagined. So here they are. Number 1, we want you to be bold. I believe you've already demonstrated courage by continuing your education this year under uncertain circumstances and unpredictable conditions. I think that growing into that future best self is going to require some of the same calculated risk-taking, stepping into roles or opportunities that may at times seem intimidating and may in fact look a little different than if you had imagined them a year ago. But I want you to be bold. I want you to take that class that sounds interesting, even if it also sounds challenging. I want you to join that student organization or that club or group where you don't know anyone, but you'd really like to. I want you to consider studying with others who speak a different language and don't share your cultural background, because in doing so, you're going to learn a lot about them and a lot about yourself. And I want you to engage with your faculty and with your academic advisors. Seek out their guidance and expertise because they're here to support you regardless of where you are. Number 2, and Dean Jockers has already said this, but it's worth repeating. We want you to be curious. We want you to ask a lot of questions as a student in the College of Arts and Sciences. Questions like, well, how do we know that? Or, well, what's the evidence behind that? Is there a way to do this better? Or how do I solve this problem? We also want you to ask questions of yourself. Like, who am I and what do I really care about? What are my goals? And how am I going to get there from here? Perhaps most importantly, when you encounter challenges, maybe even setbacks, which you undoubtedly will because anyone does, especially someone who's pushing themselves, we want you to be able to ask yourself, well, how am I going to get up and keep moving forward? And number 3, we want you to be engaged, both in your classes, which is really important, but also in a larger set of opportunities that WSU has to offer. As the dean has said, the College of Arts and Science faculty have spent the entire summer creating dynamic, interesting online courses built around inclusion and engagement and the exchange of ideas. They're enthusiastic to welcome you into those spaces. They just need your participation to complete the equation. But beyond your courses, today's panelists are going to highlight a wide range of additional opportunities that we think, if you engage in, will truly maximize your undergraduate experience. Internships, civic engagement projects, research and scholarship opportunities, and more, all retooled in ways to either make them virtually available to you or as things you can pursue under the appropriate safety guidelines. There's no denying that COVID-19 has changed many things. We find ourselves at a moment where we must socially distance. We must wear masks and wash our hands. Our health and safety, in fact, our collective success is dependent upon those choices. But what it hasn't changed is our core mission, the values that inform it, and the fundamental way that we view your undergraduate experience. Because being a Coug is not defined by physical proximity, it is defined rather by your mindset. So if you are bold, intellectually curious, and engaged while you are with us, you're going to graduate from WSU having grown in important ways. You're going to be a better thinker and problem solver. You're going to have new skills, new knowledge, new perspectives. You're going to have a whole new network of personal and professional contacts. In short, you're going to understand yourself and the world around you better. And you're going to be, as Dean Jockers has already said, ready, not just for one thing, but for anything. So let's start today. I encourage you to pay close attention to the opportunities highlighted by today's panelists. And when you are directed to do so, to go and engage in those breakout sessions and be bold and be curious and be open to the opportunity that the choices that you start to make today are really the first steps in being prepared for tomorrow. So thank you very much. So excited that you're here. And as always, go Cougs.
Thank you, Dean Jockers and Dr. Swindell very much for those wise words. Next, we'll introduce you to our breakout session leaders. So after each brief introduction, the presenters will leave us to prepare for the Zoom breakout rooms that will begin right after we share some Cougar pride with a quick practice of the WSU fight song. The breakout rooms will be available until 4 p.m. and you can join them in any order and stay as long as you wish. We encourage you to visit all of the breakout meetings so that you can meet fellow students, ask questions, and get off to a great start at WSU. The Zoom links for each breakout session will be posted in the chat, and you can also find them on the College of Arts and Sciences Week of Welcome webpage. If you have any questions, we will keep this webpage open until 4, so you can come back and ask us questions as needed. On to our panel introductions. So our first guest is from the International Programs.
Hey there, everybody. My name is Kelly Newland, and like you, I'm a new Coug. I started here in January, and I'm super excited to see what fall is like on the Palouse. Even though it won't be a typical year, I think it'll still be fun and a gorgeous place to be. But while you're here or wherever you are in the world, we have some great opportunities for you to increase your knowledge about the world that surrounds you in many, many different ways. So even though we aren't having students study abroad this semester, we're hoping to get back to it sometime in the future. And in the meantime, we have a new global badging system that we're putting together that will make you an even better study abroad student in the future. But we also have a number of opportunities within international programs, including ways to interact as or with international students in our International Center and a host of other opportunities. So my staff and I will be available in my Zoom link until 4 o'clock. I'm just giving you some general advice about how do you get started or what do you need to start thinking about, because now's the time to start. Right? Go Cougs. We'll see you in a bit.
Wonderful. Thank you, Kelly. So our next two guests represent career education and internship opportunities.
Hi, I'm Judy Hopkins. I'm the internship coordinator at the Academic Success and Career Center, or you can call us the ASCC. And just think of the ASCC meaning sort of ask. So we really want you to lean in and ask those questions. But first, I have a quick question for you. How many of you think you will plan to get a job or internship while you're here at Washington State University? But don't answer that. Don't raise your hand. Save it for our breakout room. We can help you find that position and a myriad of other support services. We have tutoring, we have career coaching and counseling and testing. We have mentors to support you and much more. We want you to think of us as a one-stop shop for your academic and career services. So come on over and join us at our breakout sort of open house and learn more, where you can engage and discover what a job or internship might look like here this fall or this year at Washington State University. Thanks.
Thank you, Judy, and thank you, Asia May. Again, my name is James Bledsoe, and I work within the College of Arts and Sciences, and I serve as a career development coordinator. And so what I'm trying to do is stay within the time frame that I was given, but I'm all about the visuals. So I was told I couldn't share my screen, but that didn't mean I couldn't use a background. And so what I want everyone to remember is, I'm just going to reiterate, you're on a pathway of experiences, and everything is relevant. That's already been talked about today. And so my job as career development coordinator is to work within this great ecosystem of a lot of the people that you see here today, whether it be April and distinguished scholarships, Ben in civic engagement, I'm gonna name everybody, Brian, student involvement, Judy with internships, Arlene and industry insight, and Kelly in global learning. Nice to meet you. But all of those experiences that you're gonna get through working with all these folks, we got to get that into some sort of professional profile, into a resume, so that you're walking down a pathway where you're ready to engage employers, right? And be able to communicate what it is that you've experienced in the classroom and outside of the classroom, and really feel confident about talking about your professional skill set so that you're able to go transition into any industry that you see fit for yourself. So you'll hear about a host of workshops, webinars, podcasts, live streamed interviews with industry representatives, tools that help you with mock interviewing and resume building. And it's going to be a great year. You're going to have access to a lot of different things, and I look forward to working with everybody to make sure your transition forward is a great one.
Awesome. Thank you, James and Judy. They're both truly amazing, so I really hope you take the opportunity to go visit them. Up next, the Office of Student Involvement. They're also joining us today.
Good afternoon. My name is Brian Sheffield, and I serve as the Executive Director in Student Involvement. There are so many opportunities available for you. I'll start with student organizations. We have over 400 student organizations, many within the College of Arts and Sciences. And those organizations will indeed be like getting together and looking to bring more students in to work with them. We are fielding a lot of stuff on our website right now, so you can go there to start finding some of those different student organizations that you might be interested in. And if you're not seeing something that you might be looking for, you can just contact us and we'll help you find that. We also get the opportunity to work with student governance and ASWSU. There's many opportunities for students to get engaged there, as well as the Student Entertainment Board. If you keep your eye out, they are getting ready to release the artist that's going to perform for CougFest next week. So you might watch for that. Before I close this piece, I do want to really highlight one specific program, and it's called the Emerging Leaders Program. And this program is really designed to kind of help you like get your feet under you. As Dr. Swindell was talking about, like learn more about who you are, what's important to you, and really kind of set you up for some of these other opportunities that are waiting for you. So we'd love to tell you more about that and some of these other programs in the breakout session to follow. Thanks, and go Cougs.
Thank you, Brian. I please recommend you all get involved. I don't know about you, but I'm also super excited to hear about CougFest. That's very exciting. So the Office of Undergraduate Research is a great resource for students, and they are up next.
Hello, my name is Owen Canterbury, and I'm a biochemistry and honors student here at WSU entering my senior year, here to promote undergraduate research. You're probably just starting your time at college, but I will bet that outside of the friendships, newfound independence, and the general whirlwind of experiences that you hope to explore here during your time at WSU, you also hope to get a degree and prepare yourself for a future career. Undergraduate research gives students in all fields the opportunity to develop meaningful relationships with faculty, explore your major hands-on, boost your resume, develop interpersonal team and leadership skills, as well as practice public speaking and potentially even contribute to making a difference in the world. Research is not just for people who are scientists or engineers or want to become researchers. It's a meaningful investment of time that both diversifies your education and grows your professional acumen, getting you ready for the real world, regardless of what you study. I highly encourage you to join our Zoom and hear more about undergraduate research. Thank you.
Thank you. I personally enjoyed every minute of my undergraduate research, so please go visit Owen. Our next representative is from the Center for Civic Engagement.
Hello, my name is Ben Calabretta, and I'm the Associate Director with the Center for Civic Engagement. And we believe that students can and should make a positive difference in their community. There are a lot of ways that can happen. You might not be familiar with what the word civic engagement means, but you might recognize more familiar words like community service or volunteerism. But there are other ways to be involved in your community. One thing that's coming up this fall is the presidential election, and being a part of our democracy is a pretty important part of strengthening your community. We also work with faculty in the College of Arts and Sciences to incorporate service into their classes so that you can actually apply what you're learning into the community while working with community organizations that are a part of your passion. The good thing about this virtual environment is that wherever you're located, whether you're in Pullman or on the West Side or in another state, we have community organizations all over, and you can get involved in whatever community you are living in right now. And we have the opportunities for you to do that. And that's what you can learn about in our Zoom breakout. There is not a more important time than right now to actually get involved and strengthen your communities with a global pandemic. And like I mentioned, the election's coming up. So I look forward to seeing you all, and go Cougs.
Thank you, Ben. The Civics Presenter CCE definitely offers some really good opportunities. And our final guest will explain more about the Distinguished Scholarship Program.
Thanks, Asia May. I'm April Seehafer, and I direct the Distinguished Scholarships Program here at WSU. I feel like it's, Arlene joked at the beginning that we were saving the best for last, but really it's that the work that I do reflects the engagement that you have had with all of these other specialists along the way. So my office helps students apply for nationally competitive prestigious scholarships, some of which you might have heard of, like the Rhodes Scholarship Program or a Fulbright Scholars Program, but others that you might not know and might not be familiar with yet. There are ones for students who are interested in the environment, students who are interested in STEM careers, students who are interested in working in public service or in the government someday, making changes in that way. And that's where my office comes into play to kind of help students build their eligibility for these kinds of awards, as well as to help them prepare their specific materials. Today in our Zoom session, we will be joined with a student who is a 2020 graduate from the College of Arts and Sciences, a biology and music major. His name is Thomas LeClaire, and Thomas will be spending next year on a fully funded, participating in a fully funded one-year master's program in the United Kingdom, thanks to the Fulbright Scholarship. He was in your shoes 4 years ago. And so he's going to be a great person to talk to and learn from, to kind of see what he did to help build his eligibility. And I hope I'll see you there. Thanks.
Thank you, April. Yeah, like April said, please go visit Thomas. He's amazing and full of knowledge. Alrighty. So, and once again, thank you to our panelists. Now for the fight song. So Cougs show school pride in many different ways, but singing the fight song is one of our favorites. There will be many times throughout the semester where you'll be asked to sing along, so this is a really good time to learn and practice. Wherever you are, let's all stand up and sing to the WSU fight song.
Hey!
So thank you again for joining us today at the College of Arts and Sciences kickoff. We look forward to seeing you in all the breakout sessions, and once and for all, go Cougs!